Our mind focuses on what we don't have rather than what we want. Visualizing is a way of training and expanding the mind to make space for the manifestation of our deepest desires. Joseph Murphy, author of the best-selling self-help book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, says that whatever beliefs, thoughts, and opinions we imprint in our subconscious mind manifest themselves in our experiences. Well then, how can we get our subconscious mind to work for us? How does wish visualization help us overcome negative thoughts? That's what I'm going to discuss here in today's video in light of Murphy's teachings. Before we get started, make sure to hit the red subscribe button and subscribe to our channel to be part of our YouTube family. Let's start now. Michelangelo was perhaps the greatest sculptor in history. He said, "I saw the angel in the marble and carved it free." He saw David in the marble. His mental images allowed a genius creation to be born from his subconscious mind. In the state of having them, and we activate our minds to work in our favor. This is what makes visualizing your desire important. Let's take an example to understand how visualizations help us live in the state of having our desires. Let's say there is a woman living in the city. She imagines herself going to a small village outside the city where she can start a new life and write a novel. She visualizes herself sitting at a wooden table, drinking a hot cup of coffee and writing the final pages of her book. She feels the warm sun shining through a large picture window and hears the soft call of a mourning dove. She can see the calm lake with its cool water from the window of her house. She thinks about how she will enjoy kayaking on it later in the day. As she imagines all of this, she feels fulfilled, content, and at peace, not only in what she is imagining, but also in reality. Now, when she repeats this imagined scene, her subconscious begins to feel that it is real. You experience the same feelings and emotions that you would feel in reality. Repetition of the same scene impresses the subconscious mind, and ultimately, resources become available that take it to the situation it imagined. Circumstances are automatically created in favor of the goal you imagine. For example, the woman who is imagining going to a village, sitting at a table, drinking a cup of coffee and writing a novel may receive a surprise phone call from an old friend who recently moved to that village, and he tells her invites you to go there. The fact is that our subconscious cannot distinguish between reality and imagination. If you imagine it, it will produce the same emotions and feelings that would occur in reality. According to Joseph Murphy, there are two parts of the brain. One is the conscious mind, while the other is the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is responsible for producing emotions and feelings that affect our attitude, decisions, and behavioral actions in our daily lives. However, it lies below the conscious mind and cannot differentiate between imagination and reality. It simply receives instructions from the conscious mind in the form of thoughts and produces the relevant emotions or feelings. Because it is linked to the conscious mind, it accepts without discussing anything that it sends to it, considering it real. Now, if we represent a scene in our conscious mind, our subconscious mind will accept it as real and give rise to the same emotions and feelings that would occur in some real situation. The fact is that the mind has a tendency to support our beliefs so that they become stronger. This leads us to circumstances and situations that are favorable to our beliefs naturally. We notice more things that are important to us or that we think about frequently. Let's say you speak English, but you move to China and move to another country where no one speaks English. This is a natural process. We are automatically led into situations and circumstances that are in line with our beliefs. Whatever you imagine and feel deeply, circumstances will lead you to experience it in reality no matter what. It's natural that we all have a tendency to live among people who are like us. We want to surround ourselves with people who think like us, dress like us, and talk like us. It's natural. We tend to find people who are like us. In a similar way, what we believe or think most of the time becomes real, and similarly, any scene we imagine becomes real. Pharmaceutical scientist and author Dr. David Hamilton, PhD, has studied the mind-body connection and says in his book that it's the thought that counts, why mind over matter really works. Thoughts, feelings, and intentions are strong enough to affect our genes. According to him, everyone can harness the power of thoughts and feelings to have positive effects on their health. He often talked about visualization and suggested many techniques used by thousands of people around the world. In an article titled "Visualization Changes the Brain and Body," he writes that the brain can't tell the difference between something that's real and something you're just imagining. In his book, he refers to an experiment done by scientists at Harvard University involving brain imaging and imaging. Scientists taught a simple combination of 5 piano notes to a group of people who practiced for 2 hours a day for 5 consecutive days. He said another group of volunteers didn't actually play the notes, but imagined playing them. They viewed the same combination for the same period of time, 2 hours a day for 5 consecutive days. Dr. Hamilton says the brain scans of those who physically practiced and those who just imagined were the same. This is because the brain cannot differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. Using visualizations, we can make positive impressions on our subconscious mind that will lead us to experience desired circumstances in our lives. Now, let's discuss which visualization techniques or methods are considered the most effective. Here I will share some of the best methods recommended by Joseph Murphy and other famous self-development teachers for the condition you want to produce. Dr. Wayne Dyer, an internationally renowned author and speaker in the field of self-development, writes in his book to continually contemplate yourself as being surrounded by the conditions you wish to produce. He illustrates this idea by saying that the Wright brothers did not contemplate remaining on the ground of things, just as Thomas Edison did not contemplate the darkness of things. Instead, they put their attention and focus on a compelling vision that provided motivation to achieve their goals. The second technique involves meditating on a word or statement. This is a simple technique. You write an affirmation, a sentence, or even a single word that expresses your desire. For example, if you want to become a well-known author, you could write something like, "I am an internationally recognized author." Write it down on a card and focus on it for 2 to 5 minutes in the morning. Soon, that phrase or word that expresses who you want to be or what you want to obtain will be placed in your subconscious. This technique is very effective because in the morning your mind will be sharp and at its full potential, and you will be able to better imagine what you want to manifest in your life. Some experts suggest practicing this technique for 21 days, but according to Joseph Murphy, it depends on many factors, such as what it is you want and what your beliefs are about your desire. It also depends on emotions and feelings. If you feel your desire more deeply with strong, positive emotions, you will be able to visualize it more clearly and it will become your reality. The third visualization technique is the mental movie technique. This is Joseph Murphy's famous technique, and he talks about it many times in his book. There is a famous Chinese proverb that says, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." William James, the father of American psychology, emphasized the fact that the subconscious mind will bring to pass any image held in the mind and supported by faith. Act as if I exist and I will. In this technique, you simply create a movie of what you want. In fact, it is a scene that suggests what will happen when you manifest your desire or how you will manifest it. If you imagine and visualize this scene repeatedly with strong emotions, just as it is happening in reality, if you create such a scene successfully and imagine it daily for some time with emotions and feelings, life will lead you to a situation where this will happen to you in reality. Joseph Murphy suggests practicing this technique in the morning when you wake up and at night before going to bed. The more you practice this technique, the more the scene will seem real to you. When you begin to feel it, you will begin to live it, automatically entering a situation or state where you will get what you want. The fourth useful visualization technique is the use of a vision board. A vision board can really add clarity and make dreams and goals indelible in the mind. On a poster of any size, paste images, symbols, and words from magazines and other sources onto the board. Use creativity and intention and think about everything you want, from a vacation in Italy to completing that long-time project. Keep this chart in a place where you can see it daily. It's a good idea to write affirmations or phrases that remind you of your desire every time you look at it. Automatically, you will clearly visualize your desire. Now, we have discussed 4 techniques that can help you visualize your desire, but many people complain that visualizations don't work. Let's discuss the reasons why the techniques could potentially fail so you can avoid them from the start. Failure is typically caused by lack of confidence and overexertion. Throughout the book, Joseph Murphy repeats the phrase, "Easy does that." You just need to ask, trust, and let go to receive. The process is simple. Negative suggestions and doubts, such as "things are getting worse, I will not receive a response, and it is useless," can easily lead to failure if they are repeated frequently with intensity and emotion. Reject any negative thoughts that come into your mind about yourself or your desires and refuse to give them any importance or attention. Neutralize negative thoughts as soon as you become aware of them. For example, when you think, "I'm stupid," immediately break the pattern and say, "I'm so brilliant." If you don't believe what you're telling yourself, it won't happen in reality. Be bold enough to assert that it is your right to be rich, and your subconscious mind will honor your claim. If you are experiencing problems in any area of your life, it means that your subconscious mind is not completely sure that you will always have an abundance of what you want. First, you need to believe that you deserve everything you want and more to accomplish any of your goals. When you strongly believe that you deserve what you want, it automatically becomes attracted to you. These techniques are effective and have helped thousands of people. You can use a vision board apart from any other technique as it reminds you of your desires. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this content useful, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. If you want to share your ideas and opinions, leave a comment below this video. Thank you for your company and see you in the next video.